Hello students, good morning to all of you. See here, today I am going to teach you synthesis. Although I have taught you earlier, but today I will give you revision work. I would like to revise your whole the synthesis overall here. You will see the definition of synthesis. That is, synthesis means combination of two or more than two sentences into a simple sentence, compound sentence, or complex sentence. When we combine two or more than two sentences, that is, just we find a single simple sentence, compound sentence, or complex sentence. You can also take an example here on behalf of such synthesis. When we use here in the same way, as you see, he saw a snake. He ran away. When we combine these two sentences into a simple sentence, so certainly we use the second form, we change it into first form of the verb, seeing a snake, he ran away. See here, dear students, you will find here in the same way, we combine these two sentences into a single sentence. Seeing a snake, he ran away. Now, look, we will take the first simple sentence. Here, simple sentence. In this simple sentence, we find 8 different kinds of uses. On behalf of these 8 uses, we combined a single simple sentence. You can also say that these are some certain rules to combine the sentences into a simple sentence. Okay? You can see here, number 1, use of participle. Second one is use of infinitive. Third one is here, use of nominative absolute. Number 4, use of noun or phrase in a position. Number 5, use of preposition before noun or gerund. Number 6, use of adverb or adverbial phrase. Number 7, use of adjective or adjectival phrase. Number 8, use of conjunction and. Now I would like to elaborate, I would like to give you detail all about these uses. See. So see here, simple sentence, number 1, use of participle. In this use of participle is a verb which is used equally as a verb and adjective. Participle works as an adjective as well as verb. Here, when we combine 2 or more than 2 sentences into a simple sentence, we use finite verb of a sentence into participle. We use finite verb as a participle. And other verbs, now you will use it as a participle, and when we combine it into just as a simple sentence, we use three different ways in your participle: present participle, past participle, and perfect participle. In these three ways, you will use present participle, past participle, and third one is perfect participle. One more rule I would like to tell you, just how you will use your participle. When you will find two or more than two similar subjects in these sentences, then you can use the rules of participle. If subjects are different, then you cannot use it on behalf of your participle rule of participle. There is another one point. If the object relates to the another sentence's subject of the another sentence, then you may use the rules of participle again here in the sentence. You can see here present participle, past participle, and perfect participle. In present participle, you will find ing in the first form of verb. You will add ing in the first form of verb. Make it very clear. It is used in the beginning of a sentence. You can see just the example. He saw a snake. He ran away. You can see the example. You will change it into first form of verb. Seeing a snake, he ran away. In the first example, you see here subject once, here second. In your first sentence you will find subject he, in another also you find subject he. It means to say that both subjects are equal, but finite verbs are different to each other. Here you will find the finite verb saw, and here you will finite verb, you will find ran. So it means to say that this is quite different to each other. Similarly, you change it into an in the same way. Seeing a snake, he ran. If there is be form verb in a sentence, what will you do? The same time, suppose she was thirsty. She drank water. Here you will find was, it is in a be form verb. So it is in a be form verb. You see being thirsty, comma, she drank water. You see here this is in be form verb. Understand? So if there is be form verb, then you will use being thirsty, she drank water. Now let us come to the third example. In the third example, if the subject of the object of the first sentence is just related to the subject of a second sentence, then what will you do? I smoking. I saw Ramesh smoking. See, here word smoking is the participle. So in this way, you will use present participle. Now second you say past participle. The second form of verb works as a verb as well as an adjective. You can see the example here. Example of present participle. I saw a bird. It was wounded. It means to say that I saw a wounded bird. Here word wounded. You will find here word wounded in the second form of here in the third form. Wounded. That is works as an adjective. Just before word it works as an adjective. Now the third example here, present perfect participle. When a verb of first sentence has been done, then second verb starts. Here we use having plus third form of verb. Having plus third form of verb. But if sentence is in passive voice, then we use having, being plus third form of verb. In the same way, see the example. Just I wrote a letter. I posted it. Means having written a letter, I posted it. I posted it. This is what you see active voice. In a passive voice, a letter was written, it was posted. If you will see the second example, a letter was written, it was posted. Having been written, comma, a letter was posted. See here, this is in passive voice. A letter was written in passive voice. So we use it in the passive form as having been written, a letter was posted. Second is the use of infinitive. When we add TO2 just before any verb, that is infinitive. In Hindi you will find na, ne, ni and the end of a verb or sentence. So see how we use TO2 just before the first form of verb. I bought a pen. I wanted to write. You will see see here, earlier you will find here infinitive in the same word. I bought a pen to write. That is what you have done the sentence. You made infinitive here in this sentence. Is it clear? This is very simple, very easy, and you can understand it easily in your own way. You can also take many examples on behalf of such a way. He has 3 daughters. He has to get them married. It means he has 3 daughters to get them married. This is your infinitive. Now, third one is use of nominative absolute. You see third, use of nominative absolute. In this way, you will see absolute means completely free. That is not bounded to other. Here in this way, you will find the noun that is completely free from others. Here in this sentence, just you will see the similarity between nominative absolute and use of participle, but there is a little difference. What is different? In participle, you will find different kinds of subjects in different sentences, but you will find different. You will find the same subject in different sentences, but in nominative absolute, you will find different subjects in different sentences. Just in this nominative absolute, when you will combine 2 or more than 2 sentences into a simple sentence, you will use the rules. Just having plus third form of verb, but you will use it just after your subject. And similarly, in passive voice, having been plus third form of verb, and this is used just after the subject, noun or pronoun. But the sentence is in be form, you will use be. So you will see the example here, how you will write here in the same example as you see here. The sun set, the stars came into the sky. Now you see here the sun, the star. 2 different sentences and 2 different subjects are here. But in participle, subjects are the same. Now here you will write the sun. This is completely free. Having set. In all these 3 forms you will find set. The sun having set, comma, the stars came into the sky. Understand? This is the same example here. You will see. Now, if the sentence is in passive voice, then what will you do? You will see, you will do it just in its passive form. The captain was killed, the army fled. The captain was killed, the army fled. Means this is in passive voice. The captain having been killed, the army fled. In the simple way, if it is in B form verb, just you can see the example here. It was Sunday. The school was closed. It being Sunday, comma, the school was closed. See, this is what your use of nominative absolute. Now, the next one is use of noun or phrase in apposition. Use of noun or phrase in apposition. So you can see how we use noun or phrase in apposition. Apposition means what? What do you understand the word apposition? Apposition means side by side. Apposition means side by side. When we find a noun or gerund in another sentence, then certainly we use just between two commas to define it. That is why we use word apposition in a sentence. If you will find a noun or phrase in a sentence, similarly it modifies or qualifies another noun or sentence, then we put it in two commas, between two commas. That is called here noun or phrase in apposition. So you can understand well on behalf of the example. Aryan Tagore was a poet. He was Bengali. Means here Aryan Tagore, a poet, Bengali. Here you see the Aryan Tagore is defined just as a poet. So here you write Aryan Tagore, comma, a poet, comma, was Bengali. So this is what you see. A poet is between two commas. It is between two commas. You can also write it in the same way. Or Aryan Tagore, comma, Bengali, comma, was a poet. Is it clear? So that is use of noun or phrase in apposition. Now, use of preposition before noun or gerund. Use of preposition. You will have to use here preposition in the same way, just before any noun or gerund. If you will find two or more than two sentences and you have to combine it into a simple sentence, so you have to use the preposition just before any noun or gerund. Gerund, do you know what is the word gerund? Gerund means if we use ing in the first form of word, so it gives the sense in Hindi na, ne, ni. Smoking, sleeping, drinking, walking, धूम्रपान करना, सोना, उठना, बैठना. You will find na, ne, ni in the end of the same gerund. That is gerund. So you can see Here example, he was poor, he was honest. Now, preposition in spite of being poor, comma, he was honest. You will see the same here. In spite of being poor, he was honest. Now, in spite of is here preposition, and just being you will find it what gerund. Being poor, गरीब होना ना नहीं. So you use your in spite of just before the same thing. Use of adverb or adverbial phrase. In adverb, generally we find ly in the end. That is adverb. And adverbial phrase, if we add two or more than two or three words in a sentence, just we define the adverb, that is adverbial phrase. So if there is two or more than two sentences in you can combine it just on behalf of any ly, you will add ly, or you will give two or more than two words in the form of adverbial phrase. You can take the example here. Just the tree was cut. It was the cutting was slow. The tree was cut down slowly. He went home. He was in a hurry. He went home hurriedly. Here word hurriedly, here slowly, all these are adverb or adverbial phrase you see. Now, seventh, use of adjective and adjectival phrase. In this sentence, you will find when we combine two or more than two sentences in a simple sentence, you use any adjective just before noun to combine the sentence. You will see here, I saw a cow. It was black. So I saw a black cow. You will see here word black, that is adjective. In the same way, last your one is use of conjunction and. In the last way, you will use conjunction and to combine two or more than two sentences into a simple sentence. Just you can take example, I ate biscuits, I ate namkeen. I ate biscuits and namkeen. I ate sweets, I ate namkeens. I ate sweets and namkeens. So this is what how you have done. You have used all these way. You will find the simple sentence. On behalf of all these rules, you will combine a simple sentence. Okay, thank you.